Hello everyone, welcome to this underlit edition of the Foolish Fish News with your weekly updates on the worlds of esoteric and occult book publishing and arts and events and paraphernalia. I'm in, different conditions. As you can see, is just temporary. I'm in Denmark this week, in Copenhagen, exploring the place with my son, and we're having a wonderful time, and I can't wait to show you some of the really cool stuff that I found here, some great books and some great recommendations. But first of all, I just want to say a big thank you to you all for joining me for this news edition, and a big thank you to miskatonicbooks.com. As every week, thank you so much, miskatonicbooks.com, for sponsoring the show, for keeping the show alive, for enabling me to make amazing trips like this one, and I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. So miskatonicbooks.com, if you don't know them, go and check them out. Very easy to find online. The name of the store is the name of the website, miskatonicbooks.com, and you'll be able to find some great material from esoteric stores all over the world, esoteric and occult publishers, some small publishers, publishers that really specialize in esoteric and occult publications and beautiful books. If I'm talking about it on this website, it's likely that you'll be able to find it over here. They basically make sure that they receive lots of stock from very small publication runs. So if you don't manage to get into those first few people who pre-order these books, then miskatonicbooks.com have likely got a copy for you that you can go and pick up for a similar price to the original asking price, which is incredibly cool. They also import from outside of the US, so that you're not paying crazy shipping fees if you live within the US. And of course, they ship internationally. Some very cool stuff indeed. And as I've been telling you over the past few weeks, they've also started doing courses, including Jack Grail's God's Song course and T. Susan Chang's God's Song course, which is just so very cool. All right, well, let me start telling you a little bit about the things that I'm discovering here in Copenhagen. Copenhagen is it's a very vibrant city. I think that I've described it well to some friends as being Instagram city. It's very cozy. You know, the whole hygge thing is definitely a very big thing here. And I went to the National Museum today with my son, and I had no idea, but they've got this incredible exhibition about the Viking Sorceress going on. It's been going since last June, but it'll be continuing until 2027. So if you happen to be passing through Copenhagen Airport, maybe take a day off, maybe take a day, spend the night and visit the Viking Sorceress exhibition. It is so cool, so very cool. However, if you don't manage to come to Copenhagen, I mean, it's fair enough, although their airport is a massive airport and a hub for many different places in the world. The website over here is really very cool. Lots and lots of little bits of information, you know, these read more bits over here. You can open those up and find out a little bit about some of the items that are on display, but the woman with the white whiskers and stuff. It's been so interesting learning more about the vulva and the sorceress woman, that even Odin had to turn to ask for prophecies. And you know, it's got lots of little story booths or places, or because you're going through with a headset. You can see the little boy here with people with headsets on, and those headsets are interactive. Basically, when you approach an exhibit, it starts telling you about it. Just you don't have to press any buttons. It's just you walk into a room. And it's very interactive. What you're seeing here is like this huge light show. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And their shop, oh my goodness, their shop with their pendants and of course the t-shirts and all and so on and so forth. And it's just nice to see all of this in its original setting. You know, Copenhagen is such a liberal city, and you know, thinking about how the whole Viking thing has been co-opted by, let's be honest, the extreme far right, and how just utterly revulsive that is, repulsive, and just seeing all of this in its original context, and it's very exciting. And so I've got a few books, folks, that I spotted in their shop that I wanted to point out to you. And the first one was this one, which in the shop actually it was in Danish, but I looked it up because it looked so cool. And it's got an English language version. It's been translated, and of course it's been translated because it really is an amazing book. It's the Bestiarium Greenlandica. And you're seeing just a typical double page spread. It is kind of a landscape size book, but it's very, very nice quality. It felt the cover is kind of somewhere between a soft cover and a hard cover. You know, those kinds of thicker but still supple board. Really lovely. And the artwork inside is just so cool, and it gives you an idea of these Norse myths and the magical creatures of Greenland and generally this area of the world. Very, very wonderful stuff. And then there was this one in which maybe I've mentioned it in the news before, but I just couldn't remember if I had or not. The Norse Sorceress, Mind and Materiality in the Viking World. I was able to get it into my hands. It's a hardcover. It's actually pretty oversized hardcover. If we have a look for the dimensions over here. Okay, 11 inches. No idea what that is in centimeters, maybe 22, but it's definitely more than 22 centimeters. It's a big, hefty book. It's a heavy one as well at 528 pages. Lots of color pictures inside. The book is a must-read for any scholar working on pre-Christian mythology, religion, and rituals in Scandinavia. Each thematic block is introduced by a contribution that helps to better clarify and systematize the subsequent articles. Very, very nice stuff indeed. And so having had it in my hands, I can tell you that it's not a pretty book. Okay, it is not a pretty book. It definitely feels cheap. It's laminated cardboard cover, which kind of curves out. You know, it's not nice to look at the outside of, but the contents is peerless. Actually, I'm seeing it's available as a Kindle edition. That may be the way to go. Just to say, there are some color pictures, so if you are getting a Kindle edition, I would read it on a tablet. But apart from that, yeah, I mean, it's just excellent content, really, really good stuff. Then there's, of course, the Viking Way, and I've talked about the Viking Way before on the channel, and I've talked about the fact that I don't have the Viking Way. It is kind of an expensive book, and you know, Norse magic is not my way, and so spending that kind of money on a book that I'm not going to be personally using, it's a little bit difficult. It's once again an oversized laminated book. But once again, the contents are so good, so good. Children of Ash and Elm, I think it was, the book by Neil Price that I do have, and I can vouch for Neil Price's quality of scholarship. His research is good. It's solid. It's evidenced, and it's kind of fresh. You know, there aren't many people who have as much insight as Neil Price has achieved. So this is a big recommendation for anyone who is into Seidr, just the magic of the late Iron Age Scandinavia. There we are. Very, very cool stuff. Okay, moving on from Viking materials, let's see what the occult stores and occult publishers of the world have had to offer this week. Praesidium, a grimoire of protection magic, second edition, has just been released, or at least put on pre-order by Troy Books. And you know that Troy Books have slightly changed their format, so these are books that have been probably made with a print-on-demand service with a dust jacket by now. Although let me just check. There may still be some special editions. So let's see. This edition is currently available on pre-order. That's in fact the edition that is available now. So this dust-jacketed hardback edition is the print-on-demand edition that I was talking about. I don't actually know what their special editions are like now, but yeah, £29 seems like an incredibly good price. And then, of course, there will be a paperback edition eventually. Let's have a little read here. You are divine, you are protected. Praesidium lights the sacred path anew. Lord Matria's Praesidium is a collection of the most renowned protection spells, prayers, and rituals from around the world and throughout time, meant for effective application to a successful modern-day life. Throughout the ages, during times of light and shadow, humanity has sought to shield what is cherished. Praesidium is a testament to this enduring need. Praesidium is a poetic grimoire woven of the world's most powerful protective lore, passed down through generations and lovingly crafted for the seekers of a new dawn. This sounds really very, very cool. I'm always up for new books on protection magic, and if it's traditional protection magic, that just makes my heart sing. So this is really very exciting stuff from Troy Books. Then we've got a new book by T. Susan Chang. Chang, 4 stories. So an elemental approach to the tarot. If you know, T. Susan Chang is she's a tarot specialist. She's also an ancient Greek specialist. She is collaborating with Jack Grail on that God Song course that I was telling you about in the introduction. And her new book is €28 directly through lulu.com. It's brand new news, right? So this will likely find its way onto Amazon in good time, but for those of you who may struggle to wait that long, it might not be very long at all, by the way. You can put in your orders directly through lulu.com and find out about T. Susan Chang's latest research into the tarot. Fire, water, air, earth. For 2,000 years, these 4 elements dominated our understanding of matter. Everything in the cosmos has its place in one of these 4 realms. Their pervasive influence colored philosophy, art, science, culture, shaping our symbolic language, even as post-Enlightenment thought stripped them of their primacy. As elemental beliefs passed from fact into law, they retained some of their power and currency in spiritual and divinatory practices. borne along on the inexorable tides of Western astrology, the elements found their way into the esoteric substructure of tarot, where they could each weave a rich tapestry of story for those with eyes to read it. So in this book, the ancient elements and the zodiacal signs they govern come to life. The story of fire ignites adventures and acts of heroism, while the story of water dreams of sacrifice and surrender. The story of air obsesses over knowledge and its price, and the story of earth guides us through the dark mysteries of reproduction and rebirth. Using myths and fairy tales, author T. Susan Chang shows how these elemental correspondences hide in plain sight in the tarot, scattered like colourful stars among the major arcana, the pip cards and the court cards. Jung-influenced and alchemically informed, this book offers a way to unlock the trove of spellbinding narrative in the magical art of your own life. Very cool indeed. Yes, I'm very excited for this one. All right, let's move on to news from Devin Hunter. So his new book is, from what I understand, completed. It's in the editing phase, and it will be available from April the 8th. 2025, the Bad Vibes Field Guide, a definitive handbook for psychics and the afflicted, providing the support you need to face any energetic problem, regardless of its size or origin. He covers a wide range of topics and provides quick, step-by-step procedures that work for anyone, whether you're a beginner or an experienced psychic. This comprehensive book covers everything from dealing with unwanted ghosts to turning spiteful energy into soul nutrition. Each topic builds upon the preceding one, growing with you as you gain experience. Devin shares personal stories and secrets from more than 20 years as a professional psychic medium and teacher. He also offers tools and advice for expanding your abilities as a psychic or empath. Devin makes it easy to rid your life of bad vibes, protect yourself from future problems. It sounds like a book that many people will appreciate. I think this is a really nice idea for a new project, with a foreword there by M. Belanger, or Bellinger, I'm not sure. A definitive handbook for psychics and the afflicted, by Devin Hunter. All right, let's see. We've got a couple of tarots here. The first one caught my eye. I mean, difficult not to catch my eye with something like this. The Baphomet Tarot Deck and Grimoire, a 78-card tarot deck devoted to the spiritual wisdom of Baphomet, from the idol of the Knights Templar to the horned goddess. And okay, Baphomet isn't my thing, although I have a healthy interest, but I was particularly interested in the artwork here, and there seems to be a deep understanding of what's going on, in fact. These cards are clearly influenced by existing art, but they're all in the style of Travis McHenry, the artist whom you probably know quite well now from his many other tarot decks. And yeah, I really like these. I particularly like having the devil here as a representative of the so-called Christian church. We've potentially the Pope here with his white hat, and that absolutely tracks for me. But every card has got its own little influences and its own approach. So that's quite cool. I know Travis McHenry's work, so I'm reasonably trusting that that this is all his own stuff. I would have liked to have seen a section over here on the left saying that there is no AI used at any point in the work. I've been looking closely at the hands, looking closely at the faces. There is a, how to say, the each card is not necessarily in exactly the same style. I mean, I don't know if you're seeing this the way I'm seeing this. There does seem to be a discrepancy in style in some of the cards, and yet some of the cards do seem to have a similar style. So yeah, it's kind of hard to say. Maybe these are collages. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, as you can see, he goes into some detail about his influences and how he made the deck. And then there's a blood red edition of the same deck with the colors stripped out, and it's just red and black, which actually I think looks really, really cool. There we go. And a deluxe box possibility option. And then the tarot deck that probably I'm maybe more likely to pick up is this Myth Weaver Tarot. Explore the ancient world through the mythologies that formed our rich cultures and traditions. A deck for tarot and oracle lovers. And I've got to admit, folks, I think this is gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful and enthralling journey into the wondrous mythologies that infuse the cultures of our world. So it's bringing many cultures together, tapping into the cultures that have represented whatever aspect of the tarot most, well, at least one of the most memorable ways, visually appealing ways. I think these are so cool, and clearly influences from around the world, right? Mesopotamia and Far East, maybe China here, and then Greece potentially, and maybe, who knows, maybe Rome. I think it looks very, very lovely. I have said before that the silhouette style really speaks to me. It's the reason I've been trying to get into vinyl printing. I just think these are so lovely, and the plants added, you know, on the edges. That oh no, it's not Roman. It's Chinese, I suppose. Maybe Chinese. Yes, Chinese, maybe potentially Japanese. Some Shinto potentially. I'm not sure. We've got Kali here for death. I think it's great. I think it's utterly gorgeous, utterly beautiful, and it, in my opinion, really does justice to the many cultures that it draws from. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Yeah, definitely my pick of the week. There we are. And then finally, there is this tarot exhibition that I did not know about. And thank you. I'm afraid I don't remember who brought this one to my attention, but I'm very grateful to you. In the comments last week, definitely go and check that out. Yeah, so the Warburg Institute in London is having an exhibition on the tarot, the origins and afterlives of the tarot. It was interesting for me to see the Osman Spare tarot being featured over here. It's going on from the 31st of January 2025 to the 30th of April 2025. And I think that if you happen to be in the area, this could be an interesting one for you. Tarot cards are everywhere. Where do they come from? What's at stake in the different forms that they have taken as tools to explore the unconscious, sources of artistic inspiration and emblems of counterculture? Tarot decks have served as some of our most powerful shapers of fortune, creativity, and even identity. So in this exhibition, they'll present a sequence of critical moments from tarot's long history, exploring the cards' iconographic origins and the profound transformations that they have undergone at the hands of artists, mystics, and writers. There we go, with rare and historic tarot decks, historic context, and cultural significance. Very, very cool indeed. There we go, folks. That's the news for this week. I hope you found one or two things to excite you here. Please remember that the links provided below, especially to the Amazon.com and Amazon.co.uk website, are associate links. So if you use those links, I get a small percentage that doesn't change the price for you. You get to pay the same whether you use my link or use Google to reach Amazon, but it makes a huge difference to me, and I just wanted to say once again thank you to everyone who does use those links, and it doesn't matter actually whether you end up buying the thing that you've used the link towards. If you've used one of my links, if you make a purchase, then I get a small percentage. So yeah, thank you so much to those of you who have been doing that. It means the world to me, actually. It really helps to tie up loose ends at the end of the month, and helps me to have these amazing adventures with my son. So that's absolutely amazing. Thank you. And a big thank you to all the Patreon supporters and all the YouTube membership supporters. Really, your help, your contribution, thank you. It touches me so much. If you'd like to have a one-to-one conversation with me, I know I've not been around very much, and now I've got a friend coming over from the UK who's going to be staying with us for 3 or 4 days. But the time when those one-to-one conversations are going to be freed up once again is coming very soon. Just one more week, more or less. Yes, one more week, and then you'll probably already be able to see the calendar of my availability just opening up. If you use the link down below to go to the simplybook.it, I think it is. Anyway, the link's down below, and you can book a one-to-one conversation with me, and that's always a fun thing to do. It's just a conversation about where you're going spiritually. I can read your tarot, we can ask questions to the I Ching, and you can of course ask me for book recommendations, so that's all a lot of fun. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit that little bell button. And leave me a comment and let me know the stuff that I'm missing and the stuff that I haven't talked about. Just like this Warburg Institute tarot exhibition. Thank you so much for letting me know about that one, so that I was in turn able to let everyone else know. A big thank you once again to miskatonicbooks.com for sponsoring the show. Please look after yourselves, please take care of yourselves and of each other, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye bye.